If you're traveling to Iceland, you could start or end your journey close to the airport at the Reykjanes Peninsula, where you'll find one of the country's most interesting geological locations, for example, the famous moon-like lava landscape, or one of the biggest attractions for travelers, the Blue Lagoon. Only 4 kilometers away from the Blue Lagoon is the charming and lively fishing village Grindavík. Grindavík boasts of many attractions and activities. The town is like so many Icelandic coastal towns centered around fishing, and a visit to the harbor area is where you'll find the spirit of the town. It's enjoyable to watch the local fishermen bustling about bringing in the catch of the day, retired fishermen snooping around when the boats come in, and taste the fish at one of Grindavík's exquisite restaurants. You'll find all the basic amenities in Grindavík, varied quality accommodation, recently renovated geothermal swimming pool, assorted superb restaurants, and reliable tour operators. A visit to the Magma House of Culture and Natural Resources is an excellent way to get a deeper understanding of what makes the area so interesting. The Saltfish Museum exhibition tells the story of how salted cod drastically affected Iceland's history. Travice is a specialist travel agency catering to travelers who want to explore the aspiring nature on Reykjanes Peninsula.
I will recommend that tour, which is called the Reykjanes tour. On that tour we will see a lighthouse like this one here, and we can see the shore, actually a hard shore, where actually Iceland is coming up from the North Atlantic ridge, which is lying almost from the North Pole to the South Pole. And we will also see a hot spring, which is called Gunnukver. And on that tour we will see a lot of lava and a beautiful landscape. The highlights of the Reykjanes tour is the bridge between tectonic plates, North American and Euro-Asian. And this area which we are in now, which is called Reykjanes Town. Here you can see Iceland coming up from the North Atlantic Ocean.
Only a 5-minute drive from Keflavík Airport is the Icelandic Museum of Rock and Roll. It's a brand new museum about the history of rock and pop music in Iceland. At the museum, you can learn to know all about artists such as Björk, the Sugar Cubes, Sigur Rós, Of Monsters and Men, Emiliana Torrini, and countless others. Guests can dive deeper into the history of each artist and listen to their music with the help of the Rock and Roll app on an iPad. You can also check out the karaoke room or the sound lab to try out some instruments and feel like a real rock star. So Siggi, what were you diving for today?
I was diving for horse mussel, and I'm picking it up for my daddy's restaurant. And I got like 150 kilos today in one dive.
And what happens to it when it gets to the restaurant?
It goes to a saltwater tank that he pumps out of his own seawater hole, and his storage is there until it's cooked.
So this is as fresh as it gets?
It won't get any fresher.
Siggi's parents' restaurant is called Vitin, placed in the fishing village Sandgerði. The Grand Crab Feast is the restaurant's famous speciality. The family-owned seafood restaurant has been managed by Stefán Sigurðsson, the restaurant's owner and chef, and his wife, Brynhildur Kristjánsdóttir, since 1982. If you're interested in Icelandic nature and wildlife, the Suðurnes Science and Learning Center is a place you must visit. You can join the family-friendly treasure hunt that will take you on an exciting journey looking for various animals, plants, and historical places in the area around the museum. Suðurnes Science and Learning Center offers 3 exciting exhibitions. One of them is called Attraction of the Poles at the Historical Gallery, where you can learn about the life of the French medical doctor and polar scientist Jean-Baptiste Charcot. If you want to taste quality coffee in Iceland, we recommend a takeaway cup from the Icelandic coffee chain Kaffi Tár. Kaffi Tár is an Icelandic roastery specializing in importing, roasting and serving the finest Arabica coffee beans selected and bought from the owner herself, Aðalheiður Héðinsdóttir. She introduced high-quality coffee to Iceland and is therefore a pioneer when it comes to Icelandic coffee culture. The coffee at Café Taur comes from different parts of the coffee world, mainly Mid and Central America. Over 80% of the coffee is bought directly from the farmers by Aðalheiður herself and is roasted daily and delivered to Café Taur's cafes, which are highly popular amongst the locals in Reykjavík. Viking World is the only museum in Iceland dedicated to the Vikings and their discovery of Greenland and North America. Viking World is home to the Viking Millennium exhibition Vikings, the North Atlantic Saga and Fate of the Gods, an exhibition on the mythology and myths of the Vikings. The museum is also the home of the Viking ship the Icelander that sailed to New York in 2000, an exact replica of the famous Gokstad Viking ship from 1882. At Viking World, you're welcome to go aboard this authentic Viking ship to experience what it must have been like for Viking raiders 1,000 years ago sailing across the majestic Atlantic Ocean. Viking World is very close to the airport and offers a wide selection of food and beverages. Døs Museum is the art and cultural center of Reykjanesbær with various exhibition halls. The Døs Museum is a complex of a few interesting old houses connected together both literally and historically, including 8 halls with diverse cultural exhibitions and activities. Next to the Døs Museum is the restaurant Café Døs, with an extremely versatile menu ranging from Indian food, hamburgers and vegetable courses to one of Café Døs' specialities, the seafood plate named the King of the Ocean. At the marina in Grove is the Black Cave, the home of the friendly Giganta with a beautiful view of the bay. Originally created by the author Herdís Egilsdóttir, the Giganta loves children and knows nothing better than a visit from them. The tour operator Kef Landing is happy to arrange your journey in Iceland in order to make it memorable. And what is the speciality of Kef Landing?
That is our Reykjanes tour, where we go to the hot spring Gunnukver, we go to Seltún, and then we go see the cliffs at the Reykjanes, and of course the Kleifarvatn, and then always we end our tours at the Blue Lagoon.
The full circle passport from Kef Landing allows you to travel around Iceland by bus at your own speed.
Yes, you explore the whole circle of Iceland in and out. You can stop at each place for maybe 1 or 2 days. It depends how you want to make your trip.
At Keilir, which is based at the former military Air Force base, you can attend an array of short international study programs such as the Adventure Guide Studies or the Professional Pilot Program.
The environment in Iceland is very challenging. It's a great place to train to be a pilot. One of the first airports I went to in Iceland, which was not here in Keflavík, was Ísafjörður, which is well known in Europe and the world for its approach into the airport. It's a very challenging approach and it's great fun.
I would recommend that people come here because we are very proud of the training that we do here in Keilir Aviation Academy. We're a multinational school. We've got students that come from across the world to come and learn to fly in Iceland. We have a very nice, brilliant, brand new fleet with state-of-the-art equipment. So along with our team of brilliant instructors, we can provide really high quality professional training. And also, we also have Iceland. It's amazing. It's such a fantastic place to fly. There's so much to see. And even though it's a little bit challenging, it's really beautiful.
The Adventure Guide program is a university-level course that lasts only 8 months. Students spend much of the time in the field undertaking activities such as whitewater kayaking, mountaineering, river rafting, glacier hiking, and many more action-driven studies in a breathtaking and challenging Icelandic landscape. The former military Air Force base next to Keflavík's International Airport has been the new home for numerous entrepreneurs and startup companies since 2007. One of the startup companies is Geosilica, which produces high-quality silica health products from Iceland's geothermal plant's wastewater in order to improve people's health. The exhibition Life on a NATO Base gives information about everyday life of a US soldier who worked and lived on the base and includes an original family apartment from a former soldier. Whether you're coming for a stopover or a long trip to Iceland, it's ideal to explore the area around the airport, which is full of exciting attractions, interesting museums and beautiful landscape.